Hi, I'm Mother Wit, and I'm here at the beautiful playground of Knowledge Quest here in Memphis, Tennessee. This is where young people can come and get to know great knowledge and have great fun here at Knowledge Quest. Now, I've got a story to tell you. I'm a great storyteller, and I've got a story called The Elephant and the Dust Bunnies. Now, long time ago, over in Africa, in the jungle was this elephant. Oh, he was a big elephant. He was young and strong, and he could do anything. He used to go around knocking over all the trees just 'cause he could, 'cause he was strong. And he would always tease his friends and make them laugh at him and play tricks on them. Oh, he was a terrible friend. And then he never listened to his elders. Wise old monkey would be trying to teach him stuff, but he never listened. Well, one day, Elephant got it in his head. He said, hey, I want to be rich. If I get riches, I can get out of this jungle and go and be in the city. Well, he said, where can I find riches in this jungle? He thought about it and he thought about it. He said, I know. There's an old vacant palace way back in the jungle. I'm going to go there and find some riches, because I know that in palace they had riches. So he starts off. Well, wise old monkey was up in the tree, and wise old monkey saw Elephant headed out to the jungle. He said, Elephant, don't go to that palace. I know what you're doing. Elephant looked at him and said, monkey, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to go and get rich. Wise old monkey just shook his head. He said, Elephant, whatever you do, if you get to the palace, don't look under the bed. Well, Elephant said, yeah, and he kept on going. Well, while he was going to the palace, he was knocking over the trees, and he was showing his strength, and he was looking at his friends and making jokes and teasing them. Well, their friends finally just went away. Well, he got to the palace in the jungle, and it was deserted. He kicked in the door, and he went in and started hunting for the riches. He hunted, and he hunted, and he looked, and he looked, and he couldn't find any. He said, where are the riches? I know they're here. And he said, wise old monkey told me don't look under the bed. I bet you that's where them riches are. He took off going up the steps. He went into the room and he tried to look up under the bed. Well, one thing about Elephant, his head was too big to look up under the bed. So he took his long nose and stuck his nose up under the bed. Yeah, but what Elephant didn't know was that there was dust bunnies up under the bed, and they was just waiting on somebody's nose, and they jumped on his nose and they began to stifle and strangle him, and he began to cough and sneeze, and he couldn't catch his breath. He was sneezing and he was coughing, and he said, look, I can't take this. And he bumped his head and started to bleed, and he got frustrated, and he ran, and he tried to go down the steps, and he tumbled and fell, and he cut himself and bruised himself, and he was choking. And when he got to the door, he come out of the palace, and he was standing there, and he saw his friends off in the distance, and he said, help me, help me. And his friends, they looked at each other, and they looked at Elephant. They looked at each other, and they looked at Elephant, and they decided he's just trying to fool us again to make us feel bad, and they turned and ran the other way. Well, Elephant was terribly strangling, and he was still coughing, and tears was running, and blood was running off his head, and he said, I'm gonna die out here. And so he went and he sat up under the tree, and he was still coughing, and the tree, he said, I gotta sit up under this tree. And he sat down. Well, the tree that he chose to sit up on was a baobab tree. Now, in Africa, the baobab tree is known as a tree of life. and he heard the cry of elephant trying for his life. And Baobab Tree said, "Elephant, rise up and lift your nose up, and I will help you." Elephant said, "What? You will help me? After all I've done to your relatives, torn them all down, and you will still help me?" And Baobab Tree says, "Yes, I am the tree of life, and I will help you. Stand up and lift up your nose." Well, Elephant jumped to his feet, lifted up his nose, and Baobab Tree took all of the water and the dew on his leaves and washed down on Elephant. Well, as soon as the water hit and went in his nostril, guess what? All of the dust bunnies disappeared. And even the blood on his forehead was gone. And the bruises began to feel better. And he was so refreshed and energized. And he said, "Oh, Baobab Tree, thank you so much for helping me." And Baobab Tree said, "It is nothing. It is what I do." Well, Elephants told Baobab Tree, "Well, from now on, I will no longer tear down trees. I will treat them with respect and help them to grow." And he said, "From now on, I will treat my friends better so that they won't desert me in my time of trouble. And I will listen to wise old monkey because elders know something." Anyway, Elephant went on about his life. But the moral of this story is, treat your friends right. You never know when you're going to need them. Treat Mother Nature right. Help the trees because they're here to help you. And guess what? Listen to your elders because your elders know something that you don't know. But most of all, don't go sticking your nose where it don't belong.